All right, so I want to use some of this time that we've got here after the test to go ahead and get started learning about your project. So everything that we have about the culminating project, I'm going to store here in this culminating project folder at the bottom of Schoology. So if you'll just click here, first of all, if you forgot what topic you signed up for, all of that is posted here if you want to remember your topic. Pardon me, but today what I want to look at is I want to look at this research information for after the test. This is what I want you to do for the rest of the period. So the first thing you're doing is you're watching this video, and when you finish with this video, you're going to go to this page and watch the second video, which Mrs. Young made for us. So Mrs. Young, actually, our librarian, compiled a lot of resources for us here that are going to be helpful for you researching, but she kind of explains them all in this video. So I'm going to, after you're done with this, go ahead and start by watching this video before you go any further. So you're going to watch the videos. Then what I want you to do today is I just want you to spend some time learning about your topic. So there are kind of three types of topics you could have. You could have a general physics topic where you're telling us how something works. You could have a scientist, or you could be building something, right? If you had a physics topic today, what I want you to focus on is learn about what is your topic, what is the science behind how it works, why is it interesting and important. If you have a scientist, who is your person, what science is he or she known for, what do his or her theories say, why is he or she interesting and important. And I want to be clear that I want you to focus on the science that your scientist knows about, not just like their life. If you are building something, I want you to think about what are you building, what is its purpose, what is the science behind how it works, what is interesting and important, and more importantly here, what materials do you need. Also, just in the back of your mind, another thing to think about is remember that your project should be built around a diagram, a graph, a model, or some sort of visual. So you just kind of have that in the back of your mind while you're doing research. The concrete thing that you can be working on is this. If you just, like in a Word document, eventually what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to have an annotated bibliography. So a bibliography or a works cited just tells you what things you're getting information from, and an annotated bibliography just tells us what information did you get from each source, right? So today you can look for 3 different sources, or as many as you get time to do today, and make sure to keep those links. Just copy and paste the links into your Word document. Eventually we're going to have to cite them like using MLA style, but for now I just want you to have the links because I'll tell you how to do citations next week. And then for each source, either give me a bulleted list of information you're going to use from that source or a 3 to 4 sentence paragraph explaining the information in your own words. So just 3 sources. What did you learn from those 3 sources, right? Again, you might not get through 3 today, but as many as you can. And if you're trying to figure out what kind of information do you need, that's what these questions are for. These questions are to help guide you in thinking about things that you should look at. Like I said, eventually we're going to cite them in MLA style, but that won't happen until next time. Just a reminder, Wikipedia, although you can use Wikipedia and sometimes follow the links on Wikipedia, Wikipedia by itself is not a source. Google is not a source. Yahoo, Dictionary.com, Answers.com are not sources, so we want something reputable. And Google, I'm not saying Google's not reputable, but Google is not a source. It just helps you find sources, right? I suggest, though, don't start with Google. I suggest starting on Mrs. Young's research page, and like I said, you will have watched her video, and she'll tell you about all these links, but I would start using some of these links, especially student resources in context, generally I find is a very good source, all right? So that's what you need to do now. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me, and then go ahead and watch Mrs. Young's video, and then we'll go from there.